Do most remote jobs consist of doing mostly nothing all day? Oftentimes on Reddit I see other Redditors either bragging or complaining about their easy remote job. They will either say, "I get all my work done in 15 hours a week. I spend the remaining 40 hours a week playing video games, binging shows, at the gym, or other errands, etc." Is this normal? A few lucky ones have six-figure jobs doing mostly nothing. I see a lot of these kinds of jobs are either tech-related or in some government-related field. I want to know how common is this outside of tech, or is it possible there are entry-level remote jobs like this? Call centers agents working from home don't give those benefits. If there's a call to take, there's work. Most six-figure tech jobs have a lot of downtime. You're being paid for what you know, not how much work you can cram into a day. And it's usually bursts of intense work with downtime in between. If you're lucky enough not to be plagued with stupid meetings. If you're at the office, that downtime can be chatting with coworkers about work stuff, or not, or self-education, web browsing. But if you're at home, you can do any of your home stuff during that downtime, which is pretty great. Kind of. I have periods where I do nothing, and periods where I work until 2 a.m. in a haze of caffeine-induced productivity. Like an above posted said, after a certain point, people pay you for your skill level, not for what you produce in an hour's time. I wouldn't say most. No. Some are like that, but those roles were probably like that even before the transition to remote work. I did WFH in clinical trials. 60-hour weeks were the regular. I made six figures, but they basically took my spleen. Actually, some of us work a tiny bit more when we are at home. We just don't have anything to brag about, so you only get a larger influx of people talking about having less work once the burden of busy work is lifted and they can focus just on their actual work. I don't miss the chit-chat, the meetings I don't really need to attend, etc. And for some people that fills up half their day. So the actual workload is much less when you remove that kind of stuff. This is just proof that the more money you make, the less you do. I have a remote job, and while it certainly has given me more freedom, I still have to actually work. I mean, I can do my laundry or make food, which is nice. I can take a nap on my break without being told I'm setting a bad example. I can take a long bathroom break without being monitored. But I am still working about 7 of my 7.5 hours. Besides that, the office had way more distractions. I don't have coworkers to BS with. I don't have in-office activities or trek to go get the free cookies that someone left in the break room. So really, it is just the same. I think these pieces that come out saying WFH is so lax and they can just be lazy all the time are propaganda prices to destroy WFH jobs and the trust WFH employers have that things still get done. The more senior, from an engineering standpoint, the tech job is, the less work you actually do. My official title is Senior After Hours Escalation Engineer. My daily work consists of reviewing and writing reports, which only takes a few hours each day. Past that, it is the 3 a.m. phone calls when an active intrusion detection event is going on that entails the rest of my duties. So yes, wage slaves are literally made to slave. I went on Coast Street once I got my golden ticket salaried employee position. Mine is so far. It's mostly email with some scheduled calls. The software is specialized and they are patient. It's likely to take a full year before I ever am on the phone with a customer. I'm a technical writer and that 15-hour figure sounds about right. Personally, I am much more productive and I work way more at home than in the office. That's why I hate going to the office. I lose time speaking to people, being interrupted in my work all the time for small things. I prefer to be at home, work on things while I also can do my laundry and be in my pajamas. I will even do overtime if I am at home. I work in financial operations and work my butt off from home. I sometimes have a quiet afternoon, but it's rare. Still wouldn't trade it for working in an office doing anything else. These aren't entry-level jobs, but they're paying these people for the years of experience that allows them to do these things efficiently. And while some weeks might be quiet, others you're pulling all-nighters and generally doing things nobody has ever done before, sometimes quite literally. I make $60,000 per year and work 13 hours per day MF. I too get paid to play video games. My job also has summer hours where we go home early every Friday to get a head start on the weekend. From May-September. This is the only job I've ever had like this. I am also the only person I know with a job like this. I'd say they're generally uncommon. I feel lucky. Office jobs in general are like that. Probably depends on the job. I do legal operations for a bank and there's always work to do. It's not always an intense environment, but there's always something to do. Corporate office work is like this. Not just remote workers. People often stretch a task to fill the time. Retail, service, and tradesmen definitely work harder for less. Not mine. I never have time to relax. From a contract management job, 90% WFH, it's very hit and miss. Some weeks are mental. Others I get to chill a fair bit. My buddy works in tech and he's working from home 3/4 of the time, and when he's at home he works intensely for about 3 hours, then smokes a joint and falls asleep for the rest of the day. Makes $83K for 3 hours a day.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.